starring the entire Nelson family, Ozzie, Harriet, David, and Ricky. Here is Ozzie, who plays the part of Ozzie Nelson. And, of course, his lovely wife, Harriet, as Harriet Nelson. The older of the Nelson boys, David, appears as David Nelson. And his younger brother, the irrepressible Ricky, played by Ricky Nelson. The Nelsons' next-door neighbor, Thorny, is played by DeFore.
Say, isn't this a nice-looking Christmas tree the Nelsons have at their house? The decorations are real pretty, too. And speaking of decorations, take a look at the Nelsons themselves, will you? I think they're wearing some of their Christmas presents. Yes, I'm sure they are. Ozzie has just said something nice about David's new shirt, and I believe David is returning the compliment with a remark about Ozzie's new Christmas tie. I wonder where Harriet is. Ah, here she comes now. And she's wearing a lovely new Christmas dress. Be careful, don't wrinkle it, Harriet. Say, I wonder if Ricky is wearing anything new. I imagine so. He usually... Oh, am I kidding? Wow, look at that, will you?
Do you have to wear that necktie?
Well, sure, Mom, it's a present. If I don't wear it, it might hurt somebody's feelings.
Whose feelings?
Well, the person who gave it to me.
Well, who gave it to you anyway?
I did.
Well, that's very generous of you.
And isn't it funny? I guessed exactly what I wanted.
Nevertheless, I don't think you should wear it out of the house.
Oh, Mom, why not?
Well, I hate to think of the poor thing catching cold.
I'll keep my coat buttoned up.
You better, or you get mobbed.
Can't you just see me wearing this to school?
I certainly cannot.
Oh, Mom, I could be an overnight sensation.
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to be a sensation some other way.
You know, this has been such a nice Christmas, I'm kind of sorry it's over.
Oh, it isn't over, Pop. Not for you and me.
Well, what do you mean?
Oh, say, that's right. You two haven't received your packages from Grandma Nelson yet, have you?
Oh, that's right, isn't it?
You lucky stiffs.
They'll probably arrive in this afternoon's mail.
How come they're late?
Well, sometimes the mail's a little late around Christmas time.
The males?
Well, yes.
I thought Grandma Nelson was a female. He's a dandy.
Graham, she'd be beside herself if she knew her packages didn't arrive on time.
Wouldn't it be neat if she made a mistake and sent me another one, too?
Well, how many presents do you want, anyhow?
That's the trouble with Christmas. After it's all over, you have nothing to look forward to.
Well, New Year's Eve isn't far off.
Yeah, then we go back to brain building factory.
I think this little vacation will make you nice and fresh for school.
Personally, I think he's fresh enough as it is.
You know, I think we'll have a real nice time this New Year's Eve.
You and Mom going to a party, Pop?
Yeah, the Randolphs are going to whip up some sort of little get-together, I understand.
I wish I was invited.
Well, New Year's Eve celebrations are usually for grown-ups.
Yeah, that's a big jip.
What do you mean? I told you when it was midnight last year. I even had a horn for you to blow.
The heck you did. You never told me at all.
The heck I didn't. Don't you remember I woke you up and told you it was New Year's?
Oh, that's right. I remember now.
Yeah, I thought you would.
That reminds me, David. What's the big idea waking me up, anyway?
Well, this year you can set your alarm clock and wake yourself up.
You think it'll be a noisy party at the Randolphs, Pop?
Oh, that's putting it mildly, David. Your father and Mr. Thornberry will probably be the ringleaders.
Well, now, just a minute, Harriet. After all, you can't expect a bunch of young couples to sit around and mope on a New Year's Eve, you know.
You gonna wear the same costume this year, Pop?
Well, I don't know. I'll talk it over with Mr. Thornberry and decide a little later.
Say, I have a wonderful idea for a costume.
Oh, what's that?
You know that apron I have out in the kitchen, the polka dot one?
Yeah?
Why don't you put that on?
For New Year's Eve?
No, for right now, and then you can help me clear the dishes off the table.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Nelson.
Well, thank you. Same to you, Mr. Canfield. Come right in.
Oh, thank you very kindly. I just wanted to pay my respects and deliver your calendar and your memo book with the best wishes of our company.
Oh, well, thanks a lot.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Nelson. I do hope that we'll have the pleasure of handling your insurance problems for many more years.
Well, thank you. I do, too. Here, let me take your hat and coat. Come on in, sit down.
I can only stay a minute.
Well, we don't want you to catch cold.
Well, it certainly is cheerful in here.
Well, thanks a lot.
You're sure I'm not interrupting anything?
No, I was just sitting around here taking things easy.
I think I know what you mean. This cold weather just seems to eat right into a man's bones.
Yes, it really does. Here, let me clear these papers away.
Oh, don't bother.
Don't bother.
You know, it's the same way over at our house. I go into the living room every morning with my prune juice and read the paper, and I just don't seem to have the energy to pick them up.
No, I know just what you mean.
Oh, I say, have you gotten to this week's chess problem yet? It's really a corker.
Well, no, to be honest with you, I didn't know we had a chess problem in our paper.
Well, actually, I didn't either till a couple of months ago. And one morning, I accidentally picked up the sports page, and There it was, right on the back.
Oh, I'll have to try that sometime.
It's very interesting, yes. It's a very pleasant way to spend an evening.
Oh, I imagine so.
I see you're a man who has learned to enjoy his home and family.
Yes, we have a lot of fun together.
Well, we might as well enjoy ourselves while we can. We never know, do we?
No, I guess you're right.
I'm awfully glad that you saw fit to increase your insurance a while back. You know, if you'd waited a few years longer, your premiums would have mounted considerably.
Yes, I figured I might as well take care of it.
I'm so glad you did. Yes, indeed. I feel we owe it to our loved ones to keep aware of our growing responsibilities as we begin to get on in years.
Oh, yes?
Not that you're by any means an old man.
Well, no. I understand what you mean.
And yet, on the other hand, well, you know the saying, time marches on.
Yes, yes, it does at that.
Well, I guess I'd better run along.
Oh, can't you stay for a cup of tea or perhaps a cup of hot chocolate or something?
Well, that sounds very tempting, Mr. Nelson, but I really should be running along because I've got several places to stop.
Well, I'm awfully glad you stopped by.
Well, it was a great pleasure, Mr. Nelson. Why don't you come over to our place some afternoon? You know, we usually have the fire going in the hearth. It's really very cozy.
Well, I'll have to do that.
We'll look forward to it. It's been so nice seeing you, Mr. Nelson.
Well, thank you, Mr. Canfield. Same to you.
Now, watch out for the drafts. You know, there's an awful lot of colds going around this time of year.
Yes, I know.
Goodbye, Mr. Nelson. And Happy New Year.
Ozzie! David! Your packages are here from Grandma Nelson.
Here I am, Mom.
Oh, well, fine, dear, but they aren't for you. You've already received your package.
Oh, gee, I ran all the way, too.
Did they really get here, Mom? They certainly did. Where's your father?
He's in the den lying down.
Somebody call me?
Yes, dear, the packages arrived from your mother.
Oh, fine.
What you got on, Pop?
Oh, this is one of your mother's shawls. A little drafty in here. I thought I'd throw it across my shoulders.
Oh, this is for you, David.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Whatever it is, it's pretty heavy.
Hey, look at this.
It's a book.
Obviously, we have eyes, you know.
Okay.
Oh, that's very nice, David.
Hey, may I see it, Dave?
Oh, sure, Pa.
Say, I bet this is as heavy as Ricky.
Yeah, it's pretty thick, too.
Don't get personal, David.
Biographies of famous statesmen.
Oh, that ought to come in very handy for your schoolwork, Dave.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, take a look at this.
Gee, a sport coat.
Oh, yes, I've seen those advertised in the magazines.
They have them down the college shop.
That's pretty jazzy, boy. Wow.
Well, it's plenty sharp, if that's what you mean.
Try it on, Pop.
Yes, sir, I'll bet it fits perfectly.
Gee, it's quite an unusual-looking jacket, isn't it?
Hey, that's real crazy, man.
How's it fit, Harriet?
Oh, fine, dear.
Boy, that sure is a beauty.
Oh, it's very smart looking and so youthful.
Oh, really? Hey, Dave, see how I look in the mirror.
Boy, that sure looks neat.
Harriet,
Yes, dear?
you don't think this makes me look a little too... I mean, that I'm kind of...
Well, of course not. It looks better on you than that shawl, I'll tell you that.
It does make me feel kind of... Say, you know, David has a bow tie that I better go perfectly with this.
Well, why don't you try it on?
Yeah, I tell you what I'll do, and I'll go over and see Thorny and surprise him with the whole outfit.
That's a good idea.
Something wrong?
No, on the contrary, it's amazing. Do you know that coat makes you look 10 years younger?
Oh, Harriet, you're
No,
kidding.
honest it does.
Well, as the old saying goes, I'll dig you later. Hey, Thorny! Thorny!
Hi, Al.
Oh, hi, boy.
Hey, wait a minute. Where did you get that sport coat?
It's a Christmas present. Now, before you go any further, no matter what you say, I like it.
I'm with you, Oz. I like it too.
Do you really?
Yeah, that's really sharp looking.
Thanks a lot. It's a little on the gay side, but it's going to be nice to knock around in.
Well, did Harriet give it to you?
No, my mother sent it from back home. I'm probably a little old for a thing like this, but, you know, it's really comfortable. It's a nice jacket.
Well, it looks terrific to me, Oz. Makes you look like a college kid.
Oh, stop your kidding, Coach.
No, I really mean it, Oz. Now, you're the type that can wear a thing like that and get away with it. Now, if I put on a coat like that, I'd look like a reluctant grandfather.
Oh, don't be silly. I mean, after all, you're even younger than I am. Or at least you claim to be. Come on, cheer up, will you? It's a beautiful day.
Well, I suppose so.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Come on down to the malt shop and I'll buy you a double chocolate malted.
Well, thanks for the invitation, Oz, but let's make it a little later on.
Well, why not now?
Well, gosh, this is a time when all those college kids are hanging around over there. I'd feel sort of out of place.
Well, that's okay. I'll be with you.
Well, sure, but you're right in style. All you need is a fraternity pin. You can step right in with the crowd. Honest, Oz, I don't know how you do it.
How I do what?
Well, I've known you for 15 years, and you haven't changed a bit. No, Oz, I really mean it. What's your secret? Vitamins, minerals, all-brand mud packs?
Well, as a matter of fact, I could say the same thing about you, Thorny.
Well, please do.
Okay, then I will. By golly, in the 15 years I've known you, Thorny, you haven't changed a bit.
Must be the life we lead. You know, happy homes, loyal and congenial friends. That's very important, you know.
Say, have you made any plans for New Year's Eve?
You bet I have. I'm looking forward to it.
What are you going to wear this year?
Oh, I don't know. I'll think of something. Why don't you bring along your ukulele? I'll get a grass skirt.
Well, ordinarily that'd be okay. That is if we had just our crowd there, but don't forget they won't all be young people.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, we'll manage to keep things light.
Oh,
Ah, this air is wonderful.
Isn't it, though?
Well, come on, Dad. Let's go.
Where to?
Well, to the malt shop, of course. You promised to buy me a chocolate float.
By
What are you looking at, David?
This book Grandma Nelson sent me.
Oh, yeah. How do you like it?
Well, it looks very educational.
You don't like it, huh?
Of course I like it. It's probably very interesting.
Looks pretty dull to me.
Well, it isn't. Besides, how'd you know? You haven't read it.
It has a definite school book look.
It's a very nice book, and I like it very much.
Okay. You don't have to get sore at me. I didn't give it to you.
I'm not getting sore. I just said it's a very nice book, and I like it very much.
If you like your book so much, go ahead and read it.
I have been reading it.
We'll read some more.
My eyes are getting tired. I've read enough for today.
Yeah, you can read page 2 tomorrow.
I've read all the way up to page 4.
I wonder why Grandma Nelson would send you a book.
Oh, it's a very nice book to have. Probably helped me a lot with my history.
I bet she made a mistake.
What kind of a mistake?
You know that sport coat Pop's wearing?
What about it?
I bet that was supposed to be for you.
If it was for me, it would have had my name on it.
Well, that's what I mean. I bet she got the packages mixed up.
Oh, Ricky, don't be silly.
Well, don't you like the coat?
I'm sure I like the coat. It's swell, but there's nothing wrong with the book either.
Except it's a book.
I like books. Now, will you forget it?
Okay.
Grandma Nelson wouldn't make a mistake like that. Would she?
You said to forget about it.
Okay. Just said Grandma Nelson wouldn't make a mistake like that. Would she? Well, would she?
You said to forget about it.
Okay, forget about what I said to forget about. You think it was a mistake?
What's the big discussion?
Oh, Ricky just had a crazy idea. Go on, tell her, Ricky.
Yes, please do.
It's really pretty crazy. You know Ricky and his crazy ideas. Go on, tell her, Ricky.
If it's so crazy, put me in a straitjacket and forget about it.
No, go on, tell her. See what Mom thinks.
Makes me sound like a dope or something.
Well, come on, Rick. What is this big idea of yours?
Well, I said I thought Grandma Nelson made a mistake.
Well, what kind of a mistake, dear?
I think that sport coat's supposed to be for David.
Oh?
Isn't that pretty silly? Craziest thing I ever heard.
Well, I don't know. I'm not so sure, David. I've been doing some thinking about that coat myself. Isn't that more or less what the boys are wearing in school these days?
Well, all the seniors have them. They sure are nice-looking coats. But I'm sure she meant it for Pop. Grandma Nelson knows how much I like books.
When did this happen?
Well, the more I think of it, David, the more I'm inclined to agree with Ricky. I think Grandma made a mistake, too.
Who's crazy now, David?
It's a nice-looking coat, but I sure don't want to take it away from Pop.
Well, you wouldn't be taking it away from Pop. If it was meant for you, I'm sure he'd want you to have it.
Maybe we better forget about it.
No, David, your father wouldn't want you to do a thing like that. He'll probably get just as much pleasure out of the book.
Do you really think so?
I'm sure of it.
I'll be happy to lend him the coat any time he wants to wear it.
Well, dear, I'm sure he'll be glad to lend you the book anytime you want to read it.
You're joking, of course.
We're in the den, dear.
Let him sit down before you grab it off his back, David.
Hi, Pa.
Hiya, Pa.
Where have you been?
Oh, Thorny and I took a little stroll down to Miller's and got a chocolate malted. It's quite a walk all the way down there and back.
You tired?
No. Oh, Thorny was really quite taken with this coat. It made a big hit with him.
Oh?
And, I don't want you to get jealous now, Harriet, but while we were down at Miller's, there were a couple of college girls kind of giving me the eye and smiling.
Well, good for you.
It's been quite a day. Hey, move over there. Let me sit down.
Say, as long as you mentioned that coat, we were just wondering.
Let's just forget about it, Mom.
No, don't be silly, David.
Forget what?
Nothing, Pop.
Oh, come on. It must be something.
Well, we were wondering. That is, it started with Ricky.
Don't look at me. I'm crazy.
Well, we were just wondering about the presents your mother sent you and David.
Oh, what about them?
Well, don't you think she could have made a mistake? I feel sure that coat was meant for David.
Oh?
I figured Graham probably got the cards mixed up. David says all the boys in high school are wearing coats just like that.
Well, only the seniors, Mom.
What do you think? I could be wrong.
Well, yes, you could be wrong, but if you want my honest opinion, Harriet, I think you're absolutely right.
Do you really think so?
Oh, sure. I mean, who am I kidding? Man my age wearing a sporty coat like this? Come on, Dave. Let's try it on, see how it fits.
If it fits you, it's going to be too big for him.
It ought to fit me fine by the time I'm a senior, Mom.
Well, Grandma Nelson always sends things big. You can wear them longer that way.
It just makes them all the older when they finally get around to me.
Well, there now, that's not too bad. Turn around, David.
The sleeve's a little long.
Well, heck, I could put them in my pocket and nobody will notice.
Oh, it'll be no trick to alter this.
Gee, it's swell. Can I wear it today, Mom?
Sure, go ahead.
You sure it's okay with you now, Pop?
Oh, sure, Dave. As a matter of fact, I've kind of had my eye on that book that Grandma sent you.
It's over there on the couch if you want to read it.
All right, swell.
I think I'll go outside for a while, Mom.
Me too.
Okay, dear.
Thanks a lot, Pop.
Oh, that's okay.
Ozzie,
Yeah?
it really was all right, wasn't it?
Oh, sure. I mean, after all, who am I kidding? A man my age just doesn't wear a coat like that.
David's been reading your book. He says it's really very interesting.
Oh, could you let me have that book a second? I think I'll go in and browse through it a little. It's pretty heavy.
Wait a minute. Something in it. Oh, it's a note from your mother.
Oh, Mom, what does she say?
My dear son, I'm all out of stamps, so I'm putting this little note in the book. If this is a federal offense or something, don't turn me in. Ha ha. That's in parentheses.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to be so late sending your Christmas gift, but you know the old saying, better late than never. I'm a little worried about David's present this year. I know how careful you have to be about picking out high school clothes, so I'm sending him this book instead. I hope he enjoys it.
Well, then the book is for David.
Well, evidently.
Does she say anything else?
I hope you enjoy the sport coat, Ozzie. The salesman at the campus shop assured me that all the young men were wearing them this year. Love to you all, Mom.
Gee, how about that?
David!
No, Harriet. Oh, no. Don't say to David about it.
Would you mind to keep the coat?
Oh, sure. He's crazy about it.
Well, we can buy him another one just like it.
No, Harriet. I mean, after all, the coat is a little too juvenile for me.
Oh, I don't know about that. How about those two college girls at Miller's?
College girls?
Sure, the ones who were giving you the eye and smiling.
Oh, those girls. Well, you know, now that I think it over, it's just possible that they were staring at me and giggling.
Mom,
Yes, dear?
is it all right if Ricky and I go to the early movie tonight?
I guess so. I see you've got the new sport coat on.
Yeah, pretty sharp, huh?
It sure is. Don't you think you ought to wear a tie with it?
Oh, yeah, I want to ask you about that. Do you think Pop would mind if I borrowed my tie back from him?
Well, no, I don't think so, dear. He's in the den. He's probably fallen asleep, though.
Oh, gee.
Well, look, why don't you go in very quietly and take it off of him? I don't think you'd wake him up.
Okay. Hey, Mom, can you give me a hand here?
Oh, you betcha. You get more like your father every day. Where's Ricky?
He's upstairs.
Is he changing his clothes?
Yeah, he's getting on one of Pop's coats, too.
Oh, no.
Yeah, wait till you see him. Come on, will you, Ricky?
Okay.
There you are, boy. Night.
Thanks, Mom. Come on, Rick.
Ricky, where'd you get that hat?
Down the magic store.
Okay. Good night, dear.
Good night, Mom.
Have a good time.
Okay.
Ricky, you know you're supposed to take your hat off when you kiss a lady?
Please, girls, I'm married.
The part of the insurance man was played by Franklin Pangborn.